This week we bring you a special edition of Jungle Echoes. Our writers have taken a break from the heat to bring you stories of the wild straight from their air conditioning. So curl up and get ready for a night of chilling Tonight, we bring you a special edition of Jungle Echoes, Rescue and Mystery. Once upon a time, deep in the heart of an ancient jungle, nestled within the tangled embrace of ancient trees, stood a giant bat. Its gnarled branches reaching towards the heavens were like the arms of a wise old man sheltering those beneath them. And in the hollow of this sheltering tree lived a family of gray-faced owls. The mother was a stoic presence, her feathers the color of twilight, her eyes gleaming like polished amber. She had chosen this spot not just for its seclusion, but because its remoteness echoed her own solitude. You see, she was a single mother, her mate lost to a territorial dispute with a hawk months ago, leaving her to guard her most precious treasures alone. Her nest was a precarious thing, not woven from twigs and leaves, but built upon bare rock. Yet there nestled amidst the rough stones were 3 speckled eggs, smooth, cool, and fragile as the morning mist. Every day she huddled over them, her body a warm shield against the chill night, her heart beating a steady drum against the silence, dreaming of the day they would hatch. But one evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, painting the sky in hues of blood, orange and bruised purple, the jungle arrived. The sky cracked open with thunder, and a curtain of rain lashed the tree. Deep in the hollow of the dying baobab, 2 glowing eyes blinked slowly. The mother owl did not move. Beneath her, barely warm, were 3 speckled eggs, silent, fragile, untouched. Lightning lit up the jungle for a brief second, just long enough to reveal the danger creeping up the bark of the tree. It wasn't a snake. Not this time. It was a honey badger, a small yet powerfully built creature with a short, stubby tail, a pair of erect ears, and a coat that gleamed like polished onyx. The badger sniffed the air, his whiskers twitching. He could smell the fear emanating from the hollow, hear the frantic thump of the owl's heart. But he wasn't interested in fear or the heart that beat beneath it. He was here for the eggs, fierce, relentless, driven not by hunger but the scent of yolk, the warmth of life. It clawed its way up the tree with the stubborn madness that made even leopards hesitate. With each movement, the badger sent tremors up the tree, rattling the very core of the baobab. The owl watched him unflinching. She knew the call of snakes, the swoop of hawks, the cold hiss of lizards, but this wasn't expected. This was different. She spread her wings, not to fly but to block. Her body became a shield. Wind tore at her feathers. The tree shook. Still, she held her position. The badger's claws reached the hollow. Eyes met, one wild, one calm. Then in a flash, the badger lunged. But the owl didn't retreat. She struck once, with a scream that echoed across the jungle like a war horn. Talons cut through fur. The badger flinched. A second strike. This time, the eyes blinked slower. He slipped wet bark. Beneath his paws gave way. He fell hard. Not fatally, but enough to remember. As quickly as it began, the assault was over. The badger, shaken but not broken, scrambled back down the tree, disappearing into the undergrowth as silently as he'd come. The forest went still again. The rain subsided to a gentle patter, then stopped altogether. A silver sliver of moon peeked through the clouds, casting long shadows that danced in the wind. High in the bahab, she sat motionless once more, her body wrapped around the fragile heartbeat of the next generation. Time blurred into days into weeks. One morning, as the first rays of sunlight filtered through the canopy, filtering the hollow with gold, something miraculous happened. The forest, as if holding its breath, waited. The largest of the 3 eggs trembled. A tiny crack appeared, then another, and then another. Out of the darkness, a head emerged, blinking owlishly at the new world. Then another, and finally, a third. 3 owlets blinked into the world, wet and fluffy, chirping softly. As they snuggled closer to their mother, the jungle erupted in a cacophony of sound. Birds called, insects buzzed. The wind rustled the leaves in a congratulatory whisper. For in the heart of the ancient jungle, a miracle had unfolded. Life had triumphed over adversity, hope had soared on wings of resilience. The mother, her heart swelling with a fierce love, nuzzled her owlets, guiding them towards the edge of the hollow. As they peered out, their wide, innocent eyes reflecting the vastness of the sky, she knew they wouldn't remember the night of the storm, the terror of the badger, the fear that had almost snuffed out before it had begun. But she would never forget. For every sunrise was a reminder, every chirp, a testament to the battle she had won without leaving the nest. Her victory was a silent one, etched in the resilience of her spirit, the tenacity of her will. In the heart of the jungle, where life and death danced a precarious dance, she had shown her owlets, and indeed, all who knew her, the true meaning of courage. You see, in the grand theater of the wild, there are many forms of bravery. Some are loud, echoing through the valleys, like a lion's roar. Others are soft, resonating in the rustling of leaves, a mother's love, a child's first step. And hers was the latter, a quiet fortitude that withstood the raging storm, a gentle strength that nurtured life through the darkest night. The jungle remembers, not every victory is loud. Sometimes the greatest strength is stillness. Sometimes the fiercest battles are fought in silence, in shadow, with wings instead of weapons. Now, some might say the owl was lucky, that fate had spared her and her eggs, that the badger simply chose the wrong night to attack. But luck had little to do with it. The owl hadn't been chosen. She had claimed her victory. For when the storm raged that night, when the wind howled and the thunder roared, she didn't cower. She didn't retreat into her eggs, hoping the badger would pass her over for something easier. No, she faced it, head on, with the unwavering resolve that comes from knowing what you stand to lose and refusing to let it be taken away. She didn't fight because she was powerful, nor because she sought glory. She fought because she refused to lose. And that is what echoes loudest here in the wild, the refusal to lose. That is all for tonight. Do you find inspiration in the Mother Owl story? If so, please don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment on our story about the fierce mother owl who protected her eggs from a honey badger. Your engagement helps us continue sharing these captivating tales from the wild. Also, check out our platform for more thrilling wildlife encounters. Until next time, may your nights be peaceful and your spirits as resilient as the great gray-faced owl.